The Johnsons had always considered themselves a happy, loving family. Mark and Lisa had moved into their suburban home 2 years ago with their newborn son, Noah. Alongside them was their loyal golden retriever, Buddy, who had been part of their family even before Noah was born. Buddy was gentle, affectionate, and fiercely protective. So when he started growling at Noah's bedroom door every night, it made no sense. At first, Lisa thought it was just a phase. Maybe Buddy was adjusting to Noah's growing independence. After all, he had always been watchful of their son. But the growling became more persistent. Every night, around 2 a.m., Buddy would position himself outside Noah's room, ears pinned back, teeth bared, and let out a low, threatening growl. Sometimes he would even bark aggressively at the door, waking up the entire household. Mark, a rational man, tried to find logical explanations. Maybe he hears something outside, he suggested, checking the backyard for signs of an intruder. But there was nothing. No footprints, no signs of forced entry, no animals in sight. Then things got worse. One night, Lisa heard Noah whimpering over the baby monitor, followed by a sharp bark from Buddy. She and Mark rushed into the room, only to find Buddy standing protectively in front of Noah's crib, his teeth bared at nothing. The air in the room felt unnaturally cold, and a strange, uneasy feeling settled in Lisa's chest. Something was wrong. Determined to get to the bottom of it, they set up a baby monitor with a night vision camera. That night, Buddy took his usual spot outside Noah's door, growling once again at exactly 2 a.m. Mark and Lisa sat in the living room, watching the live feed on their phones. Then, their blood ran cold. On the screen, Noah was fast asleep in his crib, but his blanket was slowly being pulled off him by an unseen force. At the same time, Buddy launched himself at the crib, barking viciously at something they couldn't see. Lisa screamed, rushing into the room, but the moment she flicked the lights on, everything was still. Noah stirred in his sleep but didn't wake up. The blanket lay crumpled on the floor. Buddy stood in front of the crib, his hackles raised, panting heavily. They knew they had to do something. Mark called his friend, an expert in home inspections, thinking there might be a logical explanation: faulty wiring, electromagnetic fields, anything. But when the inspector arrived, his face turned pale. "There's something in the walls," he murmured, tapping on the wooden panels near the crib. His tapping made a hollow sound. This part of the house wasn't part of the original blueprint. Something's been sealed off here. With growing dread, Mark grabbed a crowbar and pried open the wall. As the drywall crumbled away, a dark, narrow space was revealed. Inside was a small, rotting wooden chair, and on it sat a dusty, cracked porcelain doll. Lisa let out a strangled gasp. The air around them felt heavier, suffocating. The doll's glassy eyes seemed to stare right through them. The inspector backed away, muttering something about needing to leave. Desperate to get rid of it, Mark grabbed the doll and threw it into a garbage bag, driving it far out of town and tossing it into a dumpster. That night, for the first time in weeks, Buddy didn't growl. Noah slept peacefully, and the house felt lighter. The next day, they dug into the home's history and uncovered something chilling. Decades ago, a little girl had lived in the house. She had died under mysterious circumstances, and according to old rumors, she had been buried inside the walls. Her favorite doll had never been found. Until now. Mark and Lisa shuddered, realizing that Buddy had been the only one to sense the sinister presence. He had been protecting their son from something they could never understand. After that, they never heard another growl at night. But they never forgot, and they never ignored Buddy's warnings again.